talk now to Finlay Asher, who's a member of Safe Landing, which is a group of aviation workers looking at reducing the impact of air travel on the climate. Finlay, welcome to LBC News. Good to have you with us.
Hi Andrew, thanks for having me on.
This has been debated for a very long time, although not in recent years. The possibility of a third runway at Heathrow seems to be back on and seems crucially to have the support of both Labour and the Conservatives now.
Yeah, well, my group includes pilots that have spent their careers flying over Europe, witnessing wildfires sort of raging below, the amount of snow in the Alps melting away in the winter. And I'm an aerospace engineer myself. I take real pride in being part of an industry next to the planet. We all want a sustainable future. We want to upgrade our industry. We also want to protect our planet. And, the tourist destinations we all enjoy today, some of us are lucky enough to visit, we want those still to be around tomorrow for future generations as well. So, there's a real opportunity in our sector to transform it. We've got a vision of how we could do that. I think, politicians are in a difficult position. They want that quick economic growth. There's also these concerns from, as you heard, from communities that suffer from air pollution, from noise. We think there's a way through that. It's with zero carbon aircraft. They're our ticket to greener, cleaner, quieter flights. But we think that we really need to rethink the way we travel, spread those new airports out around the UK in a way that distributes the economic benefits. And the thing to understand is Heathrow is really the opposite of that. It's concentrated flights. It's a large, long-haul international hub. And it's just almost impossible to decarbonise those flights.
Because in the past, other UK airports, and obviously we do have airports dotted around the UK, whether it's, East Midlands, Birmingham, Manchester, Edinburgh, they all seem to want Heathrow to have more capacity because that's the link, the sort of hub and spoke thing is that they need a bigger Heathrow.
So we're talking about a transformation of air travel here, not sort of business as usual expansion. At the moment, we do have this hub and spoke model where, you get flights from Glasgow or Edinburgh to London and then people fly on. We're talking about changing the way we fly. So we fly in electric or hydrogen aircraft instead, more regional aircraft, propeller powered. And that requires really reformatting our air transport system and moving away from that. If you think about Heathrow, it's going to take 10, 15 years to build and change that infrastructure. By that point, we've probably, at the moment, we're teetering on the edge of 1.5 degrees C. In 10, 15 years' time, we might be past 2 degrees C. The world will be very different. We don't think that the projection of growth, particularly for long-haul air travel, will materialise, and we think that could be really dangerous for workers if we've spent, the next decade building the wrong infrastructure that's outdated and not fit for the future.
Although I suppose there's a danger we build no infrastructure. Though I do take your point that in terms of a driver of quick economic growth, the construction of a runway at Heathrow will maybe many things, but it won't be quick.
Exactly. We'd like to see something that's more agile. We'd like to see the UK become sort of a testing ground for startups that are developing the aircraft of tomorrow. And that's where you can develop technology, develop IP that you can export to the rest of the world. And if we configure airports to cater for those aircraft, we can attract talent, we can attract the best companies. And that's where we could start to see investment and real benefits that could have knock-on elsewhere in the economy as well. That could be the real job creation opportunity of the future.
Does it worry you that climate seems to be slipping further and further down the political agenda, perhaps in the UK, but more notably in the US and other parts of the world too?
Yeah, I think that there is a concern about the narrative, and I think particularly the switch away from evidence-based discussions towards misinformation makes it really difficult to have sort of authentic evidence-based discussions. I think, we're at a bit of a crossroads at the moment. We do have, and I think the wrong arguments are being made, so we need to have a real crystal clear focus on what the future of the industry will actually look like. And I think there is a way through where we can get, the economic benefits society is looking for. We can deliver that while also reducing our climate impact, and that should be the opportunity that we're all looking to achieve.
Finlay, thank you. Finlay Asher from Safe Landing live with me on LBC News.